This game is genuinely unplayable. So let's play it. Famous hypixel cheater here, complaining about hypixel cheaters. This game is just disgusting. Like, genuinely, at this point, it's gotten way too horrible. Like, there's almost no point in playing right now. The existence of this community, it's had no help whatsoever by the staff team. I mean, there's been occasional mods, but for the most part, it's been only here because the community's been willing to be here for it. And considering the game still fails even though there's cheaters, and according to Simon, there's supposed to be watchdog improvements, but we've only seen clients develop further as this year goes along. And obviously there's going to be some forms of some issues there, considering anti-cheats and cheat developers are going to be headbutting for the existence of their time. But it's bad. Like, it's gotten to the point where 80% of the people are cheating now. Like, from X-raying to boosting to cross-teaming. It's consuming most of the players on the server, or at least in UHC. And I mean, I kind of get it. Like, what's the motivation for people? They know that the other people are b-hopping, that they get to b-hop on their high star accounts and won't get banned and don't have to even worry about it. Considering maybe one mod ban happens every 10 games. The ratios have just completely switched. It used to be like a hacker every 1 in 5 games. Now it's 5 hackers in every 1 game. Like, that genuinely shouldn't ever have been a thing, and it could have been stoppable and probably still is, but it has to take some drastic measures, at least on the staff team, which honestly I think where the issue stems from. It's not the player base, you know, people are always going to cheat in video games, there's always going to be those people. It's from the administrative team and the straight neglect that UHC has. Like, Jay Varmin's the head developer for UHC, yet on the forums, many threads and suggestions completely shut down just because of the disregard for the game and the complete lack of concern for the game as a whole. Even though it still gets players, people still buy boosters, it's still a profitable game mode, but it gets completely shoved down the toilet from the server. Like, that's not fair. And like, honestly, if the community dies, it's not the community itself's fault. I mean, the community has flaws, it's pretty toxic, but if the community dies, it's because of the fault of the staff team. I mean, I don't know everything, you know, I don't know everything about how the staff team works, but from what I've heard, mods are told to distance themselves from the community, indirectly at least. But when you have staff members that are getting indirectly told not to, like, be involved deeply with other members of the game, what's the point of even participating in the game at that point? Especially when you're understaffed to your player base. I don't know how many more mods they've recruited, but the ratio is insanely low. They average, what, say 80k now because of the quarantine, and they have, I think it's less than 200 mods on the server from what I've last heard. Again, that's not fully statistically based, but it's decently close. So having 200 out of 80,000, I can understand why it's understaffed, but considering UHC is the most detrimental game to lose, I feel like they should try and send more of their staff over to this section, which seems like there has been no efforts in doing so. And as far as the anti-cheat goes, it's always been subpar to the clients, and it always will be if they continue at this pace. I mean, it's never been extraordinarily good. It bans cheaters, which is what it's supposed to do. But I guess in one sense, it's not an anti-cheat, it's a cheat detection system. so it allows the cheats to be detected and have mods take over, but then you lead back to the point where they're completely understaffed and that becomes an unavailable option. So then you're left with just people cheating in a game and not having any repercussions for it. And I know this is ironic considering I'm one of the most known cheaters on the server, or most negative reputation based for cheating. Like, the community shows and has showed that it still has hope. Like, there still is hope for the community. There's still people who want to play, people who enjoy playing, people who have shown that they've. I mean, the fact that the game still fills is proof in itself. But there's no, like, no one on the staff team chooses to use that as motivation to help. They just let the community drain out, and it's not good. It's just gonna shrink and shrink and shrink until the server eventually dies, which honestly, I don't know if that's their intent, but they're getting pretty close to being successful if that is. Like, I've thought from time to time that that's genuinely the goal, just to neglect to the point where the game shuts down. I've actually gotten so lucky in this game, but it doesn't even matter because I'm gonna die to the first or second cheater that I see. I'm half diamond with a sharp 3 dragon going up before PvP on one of the luckiest games I've had. But it genuinely doesn't matter because a cheater's gonna be hop on me, or something is, it's just, it's not fun to get when it's not fun to get excited about doing good in the game that you made, then you kind of lose hope and enjoyment in playing that game. And that goes for every server, that goes for like every server, every player base. It's gonna have the same effect, but it's just really consistent in UHC. I mean, even as far as guilds go in the communities, other communities besides UHC, there's been that disconnect for so long. UHC players are looked at as weird or different and stupid for playing UHC. And going back to what I said a minute ago, it's like there's still hope. If the staff team came back literally right now, there's still hope. There's still players who want to play the game. They have proven that by staying here. The game has died multiple times but been revived. Like UHC itself, there's proof that people want to play this game. I mean, the fact that it still fills in the scenario that it's at right now is proof in itself. Like, there is the market for it. People still buy the boosters. People still want to get into the game. I mean, there's 44 players left in this game, and it started with like 70. The games are filling to full, and there's still no staff to be seen. I mean, the YouTubers have left. There's been, I think, I don't know, 20, 30 YouTubers in the past year that have thrived off of hypixel UHC, but completely left because there's no regard from the staff team whatsoever. I mean, this guy's cheating too. Like, he's just gonna low ground me in the water while cheating. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I can't low ground him because he's cheating. Can't fight him at all because he's cheating. Like that, like, this is how it feels to fight every player. I mean, this is a more legit player. This is a more legit version of what we fight every game. There's gonna be some players who are cheating. You're always gonna find those people. But the vast amount that it is now, and the fact that there's no signs of that changing at all, like, I don't know. I don't understand the concept of having a game when you're gonna be completely neglecting it. Like, they're not gonna get rid of UHC because they still profit off of it, even though they don't do anything. They can completely neglect. After this point, I kind of just continued to ramble, and I mean, it's the same stuff that I've been saying. I mean, it's not playable. I got game 2, so I just got off. But I don't know. I was kind of tired when I made this, so if I sound depressed, it's just because I'm tired. But it's not a fun game to play, and it really just there's no hope for the game anymore. Like, I don't know. I know I repeat myself a ton in this video, but hopefully it does some good, shines some light to some people maybe, or even some staff member sees it. I don't know. Hopefully something good can happen from it. But yeah, thanks for watching if you watched all the way through.